Stockholm. Okay, they're on. Zach, guys, how are you? It's very Mika from Finland. Hi, Mika. We don't have so many people today, which is great because actually I really wanted to make this personal. Owen from Sydney, Australia. Awesome. Owen, very nice to meet you on this webinar. I was saying that we don't have so many people today. I have a very little presentation which I have finished 1 minute ago. Yeah. Um, I haven't included so many things because I really didn't want to overwhelm you guys. I'm gonna show you the real stuff that has been around my personal life and around my business. Okay. And by the way, you can ask me anything you want at any time. I'm gonna be switching and actually controlling everything you're gonna be asking me. Okay. So this is gonna be very cool. With this being said, by the way, let me know if you can see my screen. Just type yes if you can see my screen. And we're starting. Owens, Akron, California. Yes, yes, yes. A lot of yeses. Awesome, awesome. So there we go. Let me get it at full screen. I call this the best way to create a real business online. And again, this is a 100% no pitch presentation. So just relax and stay in your seats. And this is for all those who tried a million things out there, who tried a million things online and they didn't work for some reason. Okay. So I know that you guys know very deep in your heart that you're going to be successful, okay? And I'm here today to help you out. And I'm not saying this just to, just to sell you something new or offer you anything. Actually, it's because I really and deeply want to help you, okay? And as you probably know, I haven't been mailing so much in the last month. And the reason is because I was very focused on my other business, okay? And the other reason is I was a little pissed. You know why? Because I was really, really angry about the internet marketing space. Excuse me. So about all those people who try to scam you guys and try to sell you stuff, which, I mean, all those softwares, and I've been there. I've participated in different projects, and what I realized something about this is that many people still believe that a push button software is going to save your life, and actually, it's not. Okay, and I was really tired of this BS. I said to myself, Dennis, you know what? Just take it easy. Let's go into in each you always wanted to go. And then you could return and with really cool case studies and teach people what a real business is about. Okay, I see new people arriving. Yes, a lot of yeses, guys. For all those people who are arriving, just let me your name. I mean, where you're from, who you are. Type your name because for some reason I cannot see your name on on GoToWebinar. Okay. And by the way, this is recorded, but this is counter. But by the way, did you know, guys, that you should never say on the webinar that this is being recorded because you may lose half of the audience. Do you know that? Have you ever been to on a webinar and typed, "Is this live or is this being recorded?" and you're never gonna have an answer? Do you know why? Because you're going to lose half of the audience. The audience is going to go away, and the person who is pitching is not going to be able to close the pitch. So when you go into a webinar, there's going to be an offer at the end, the guy who's running the webinar, he's never going to answer that specific question. Just for you to know, guys. And this webinar is recorded. I'm not going to be pitching on anything. I'm not even going to offer you my private coaching. Okay? I'm not gonna do any of those things. So stay with me because the cool thing about this is that you can ask me anything you want. And if you want to be unmuted and show me your screen and show me your business and ask me anything you want, remember I charge a lot of money for that. If you want to do that, yes, tonight actually it is possible. So that is why this is so cool. Okay. With this being said, I'm gonna show you a couple of things I've been doing out there. I've been focusing on, okay? Now, before we go into that, as I said at the beginning, this is an open Q&A, no pitch. You can ask me anything you want. I'll show you my business from the inside, okay? Not just let me put it this way, not just the top of the iceberg, but all the things that are inside. And the cool thing about this is that I've been testing a lot of stuff during this month. The past months have been very crazy. I've been doing a lot of stuff. We've been focusing on stuff. I even been working with doctors. I even been translating my new products into different languages. Okay, so I'm gonna teach you a lot of stuff. Now, I'm one of those people who tried it all. Okay, I don't know about you, but I've tried it all. I've tried affiliate marketing. I've tried launching products. Probably you have bought some of my products. Probably you're here because you bought one or several of my products I've been launching. I've been creating funnels. I've been doing CPA marketing. I even have sold some of the physical products. I've done SEO. I mean, you name it, I've done it. Okay, this is just a small list because I really wanted to do this very, very fast. And to me, and I already tried it all, and I really wanted to understand which is the right way to go. Okay, I don't want only make money. I don't only want to do that. What I really want and wanted and want and still want and actually going to do in the future is create a long-term business that will stay forever. Okay, that's my goal. It's been my goal since the beginning, and it is still my goal. The difference is, since I've tried all these things, I have discovered what a real business is. Okay, now this is my definition of real business. It's something you can automate. Okay, it has to be scalable and it has to be systematic. What I mean by systematic, then once you figure out what to do, you just rinse and repeat, and it works. Okay, and this is one of the concepts I actually learned from Mindvalley, especially from Vishen Lakhiani. Vishen Lakhiani is the founder of Mindvalley, and he said that they applied the jungle proof to their business. What does it mean? It means that, for example, if you shut down your laptop, you get rid of your cell phone, you get rid of any internet connection, you go in the middle of the jungle for 6 months. Okay, and if you return from the jungle after 6 months and your business is still there, then and only then you have a business. Okay, and I already been thinking about this, and it totally makes sense, because you have to be creating an automated system. Okay, and I've been applying the jungle proof to many of the things I've been doing online, and happens to be just didn't work. Okay, just the definition doesn't apply to anything. Okay. So it's something you can acquire customers with, and what I mean is not only online traffic, but actually advertising, any sort of advertising, for example, banners, or for example, TV shows or TV commercials or whatever that is. You can acquire customers, you pay for the customers, and they go into a business. If you can afford acquiring customers, that means that you have a real business, okay? And of course, excuse me again, guys, something's happened to my voice. I really wanted to leave a brand after me. Okay, I don't want to create a business based on Dennis Belitsky, because Dennis Belitsky is gonna die, and at some point, unfortunately, I'm gonna die. I mean, and I want to leave my business to my children. Okay, that's the big difference between all the things I've been trying and what a real definition is, or a real business is. So think about all of these things. Think about affiliate marketing, launching products, creating funnels, CPA, physical products, SEO, Kindle. I mean, all the things you've been doing online. What do you really think a real business is? Just give me your definition. What do you think from all this thing? What a real business is? Just a real quick, just type it. Think about it. Recurring money. What do you mean by recurring money? I mean, I don't know how many things you have tried online, but probably you have tried one of these. I mean, these are the usual things. Oops, sorry about that. Let's go back. Go back. Technology is not on my side today. Okay. So what do you mean by recurring money? Not just one transaction, long-term customer relationship, for example. Yes, it is. Okay. If you had to pick one of these or several of these, what would you pick in order to do that? For recurring money, for example. No response. products. Well, exactly. I've been really thinking about this, and this is my definition of real business. Remember, I told you all the things you have to have in mind before you go into a real business. Something you can automate, scalable system, jungle-proof. Something you can acquire customers with. Something that that will allow you to afford acquiring customers, and of course, a brand. Okay. From all of these things, what I have tried and what I have figured is that creating funnels with physical products or with info products that are going to be evergreen will allow you to stay in the market forever. Okay? Not today, not tomorrow, but next year, next decade, and so on. Okay? Why? Because you are selling real value. Okay? And what I've been working on has to do with this. I mean, we haven't incorporated any physical products yet, but we've been creating a real funnels and not launches. Okay, not launches. A launch is something that for example, and yes, you can launch an evergreen product, which is truth. You could be launching evergreen product. Okay, but what I mean by launching at this specific points is all of these short-term launches. You see that somebody creates a product, sells it once, and then forgets about it, because then the product dies. And you know why? Because it's sexy for that specific time, but after a couple of weeks, people just understand that they don't need it. All right? So launching, and think about all these internal marketing products you've been exposed to. All of those softwares, push button solutions that actually go away. Think about all those launches. People, and believe me, guys, I know a lot of people in the internet marketing space, and that is why it sucks, and that is why I went away for a little while. 99% of the people I know, they launch products they know they're not going to relaunch ever again. Why? Because they're not long term. They're not going to help anybody. That's the truth. Okay? So creating evergreen funnels, I should say, instead of creating funnels, I should say evergreen funnels, and delivering physical products are the two things I understood that are actually going to stay forever. Okay? Now, what we did is, I've switched my business overnight. Okay? I used to do affiliate marketing. I used to outsource SEO. I used to think in launching and product creation. You know what? I even used to focus on the products, and I was wrong. Believe me, I'm one of those people who is not gonna try to, just say that I have been, just on the trend forever, and I have been always right, because I was right. Okay, I used to do all of these things. I've done all of those things. I'm done doing that. Okay, really done doing that. The reason is, the real strategy that will stay forever is focusing on your real audience's needs, what they really need. Okay, not just. Bear in mind, guys, this is counterintuitive to many people, because marketing is all about what people want. Okay, and this is counterintuitive to many marketers, because we all have been trained to deliver what people want. People want things that sometimes are not going to help them. For example, people want magic solution to their problem, but they don't need a magic solution. They need a path to success, a clear blueprint to achieve whatever they want. Okay, but a real blueprint, not just a shortcut, because shortcuts they don't stay, they go away. The only thing that really stays is long-term strategies. Okay. So I really focused on delivering something that will change people's lives, and I really mean it, okay? And in order to be able to make a lot of money, think about this, and this is not my invention. I don't remember who said that. I'm not sure, but I think it was Apple's founder. I'm not sure about this, but I think he said, you have to deliver more than you ask in return in order to be successful. You want to become a millionaire, deliver something that will blow people's mind, that will deliver insane value and ask less money in return. Okay? And of course, I'm focusing on the company, not in my personality anymore. I mean, you're going to see Dan Zbeliski, you're going to see videos, you're going to see stuff around internet marketing, because I enjoy doing internet marketing, but I'm not focusing on my personality. I'm focusing on a company. And that is why I'm staying with the strategy of preeminence. If you ever heard about Jay Abraham, he said that the strategy of preeminence is basically putting yourself in your customer's shoes and doing everything to deliver the maximum value to your customers, thinking and staying for them, not for you but for them. Okay, just focusing on your clients. So this is my switch. This is what I did in the last month. My new business is delivering real value in the health niche. Okay, and my team and I we have created a very deep funnel. We're adding coaches, live coachings. We are creating a brand. We're translating the funnels into English and French. We're acquiring customers. We're paying for cold traffic, which converts. Okay, I'm gonna show you my personal stuff right just in a bit after the presentation. But oh, by the way, you can start posting any questions you want. I mean, if you all want to be unmuted or if you want to share me your screen today, also you can do that. Okay, so just in a couple of minutes, I'm gonna show you all the stuff I've been doing. After I show you all the stuff I've been doing, can I go back to the other slide? Yes, of course I can. You mean this one? Just type yes. I was talking about the focusing on your audience's needs. You know, really think about this, guys. Think about all these companies that stay in your mind for some reason. I mean, think about all the brands you remember. They're never, ever are based on a personality. They're based on the value. They're based on the products they deliver. They're based on creating. Let me put it this way: creating families, creating this connection with people, creating a brand to those people, and making people feel they're part of the brand, creating a family. Why? Because long-term strategies have to be based on the strategy of preeminence. Okay, on the long-term relationship you have to have with the customers. Okay, get that? Awesome. So. We're translating my books into English and French, and the cool thing is, and this is an insane story. Let me tell you a couple of things about this. Probably you have heard of the truth about apps. Who have heard of the truth about apps? Just say yes. I remember ClickBank, the health niche, and I've given you a lot of examples from the health niche in the past in my courses. Okay, everybody says yes. Okay, you probably remember the owner of the truth about apps, Mike Geary. Remember that? Okay, awesome. So Mike Geary's right hand approached me. He was so impressed with the funnel. He said, "I'm gonna talk with Mike Geary," and not only he, bear in mind, Mike Geary is making more than $1 million per month net. He's making a little bit more than that, and we're gonna launch this thing. Not only him, I'm gonna talk to him. So he vouches for you and he launches this with you, but also with the biggest players in the health niche. Okay, so in December I'm launching my new product, and we are thinking about the name. The name is not going to be the same as in Spanish, and we're launching this product with the major players in the industry. Okay, and if it converts as it is converting in Spanish, and I'm positive it's gonna convert. Okay, I've been in the niche for a while. What we decided to do is we decided to close long-term relationship with all those big affiliates. And by big affiliates, I really mean people like the Venus Factor, like the Fat Loss Factor, that the 3-week diet, for example. All those people are going to be mailing my offer in a couple of months. And best thing is, I haven't been introduced to those people by somebody. They approached me, which is something very, very cool. They didn't know who am I. They approached me. The only thing I did is send an email about this new product. They approached me and they said, "Dennis, I mean, we are impressed with everything you've done there. Let's translate into English and let's just kill it in between everybody." Okay, so what you are seeing is my new brand. It's called. By the way, apologies about that. This is in Spanish. It's called Health Revolution, Revolución Salud, and this is our new brand. We're still working on that. We're going to be delivering physical products too. We are actually closing deals with coaches, with nutritionists, and so on. By the way, I've written a couple of books by myself from the product, and I've sent these products to. I've asked my gear's right hand to check the quality of the material, and what he did, he didn't read it. He went to a doctor, and he said, "Look, here's a book. And I'd like to know if what do you think about this?" And the guy said, "This is a very cool book. It's very, very well written, very well written, and it delivers true value." Okay, so and this is one of the things how they found me. You want to? Okay, I will show you the emails. Who says yes? Who want to see the emails? Give me one if you want to see the emails. 11. Genial. Who's? Hey, you speak Spanish? 1. Awesome. Okay. So Health Revolution. You see, it doesn't say Dennis Belitsky. Doesn't say Dennis Belitsky. Why? Because I don't want to. I don't want to focus on my name. I want to focus on my brand. I want to Health Revolution stay forever. Okay. I want my kids be enjoying of the company I'm creating for my kids. Okay. And excuse me, guys. I'm the health niche, but still my voice is not treating me so well today. So the thing is, we'll be working on this for a very, very long term. Now, let me show you. Just in 1 minute, I'm going to show you all of the products. I'm going to show you the funnel. I'm going to show you the sales letters, and I'm going to show you the emails. Okay, I promise you. Clark, amigo Dennis. Wow, Clark, welcome to this webinar. So, just in a couple of minutes, I'm going to show all of that. There are only 2 things you need to know to succeed. And you want to create a multi-million dollar company, 2 things you need to know. You want to create a deep funnel and make a lot of money, 2 things you need to know. And you see those things right in front of you. I'm going to read them right now. Customer acquisition cost and customer lifetime value. These are the 2 things you have to have in mind. So, if you know how much money you make per customer a lifetime, you know how much money you can pay to acquire those customers. Let's say you get $100 per subscriber lifetime. Like, for example, you acquire those subscribers today. They stay with you, let's say, for 2 years or 3 years. And those 2 years, on average, they spend $100 on your services. And that's why you need to have funnels. That's why you need to add coaching, or whatever that is, or automated solutions, or software, whatever that is, whatever you're gonna be choosing, personalized something, okay, personalized solutions. Once you add all those things to your funnels, what's gonna happen is you're gonna be able to move people from one step to another on your customer value stairway. Okay, this is just like a stairway. So you move people from a $10 product to a $20 product to a $100 product to a $5,000 product to $25,000 products, and so on. Okay, only 2 things you have to have in mind. These are, so take notes on this. I mean, probably you must be thinking, but Dennis, this is too basic. I mean, you're explaining 2 basic things, but actually, what you're gonna see today, or tonight, I should say, is apply to my business. I mean, it's that simple. You don't have to be overcomplicating things to understand that. Okay, so give me one if you understand this concept. You meant claro? Yeah, sure. Claro, bienvenido. So give me one if you understand what I just said. I mean, there's 2 things you have to have in mind: customer acquisition cost and customer lifetime value. That's it. Yes. See, guys, you don't have to be overcomplicating things. No need to that. No need to overcomplicate stuff, okay? So let's move. I'm going to show you real stuff tonight. And the presentation is actually very, very short. It's only 30 slides. So, how you need to think. Guys, I just made the slides. So, apologies about all the mistakes and misspellings I got in there. How do you need to start thinking? So just stop thinking in products, but think in funnels, okay? What I mean by that, let's draw it. I'm one of those people who draws a lot. I'm going to be, and this is applied to internet business. So Actually, I'm going to say T for traffic. And but again, if you can acquire customers, it could be, you know, a TV commercial, for example, and you know that 1,000 people is going to see the commercial, and from those 1,000 people, you're going to get, let's say, 10 calls, and from those 10 calls, you're going to, you know, acquire, for example, this is just an example, 5 customers. So you know that your customer, the customer acquisition cost is going to be x amount of money, and if you know how much money you get in your funnels or into your continuity programs or all of those customized solutions, you're going to be getting them. Basically, if the second thing, which is all the money you get from your customer, is higher than the acquisition cost, well, going to become a millionaire. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example of what we're doing right now. We're driving traffic from a lot of different places. We're driving traffic from Google, for example, to our squeeze page. It has been approved on Google. This is a very special squeeze page. And then what we do, we are putting them into a front-end offer, and at the same time they go into our autoresponder system. Okay, then we present them into our first upsell, which I'm going to show you the offer of the upsell. Okay, so don't worry about that. And now we're working on the second upsell, which could be, by the way, a tripwire. We're thinking about that. Okay, so after that, what happens is they're going to get a long sequence of different emails trying to promote and trying to close the sale. And once we did that, what we do is we try to push the front-end offer. If they bought the front-end offer, we push the OTO, or the upsell one-time offer. Once we did that, we start segmenting the list and differentiating different subsegments of the list. And of course, we differentiate all those segments, and we deliver more and more offers to those subscribers. Okay, so that is how we move those subscribers from one thing to another, from buying a $10 product to for example, buying our automated coaching, which is $67, which is coming in a couple of months' time, or our personalized coaching, which is going to include a lot of nutritionists talking to them one-on-one, and it's going to be 100% personalized, so it's going to be another thing. Okay, now what I mean by funnels and what I mean by customer acquisition and all the two concepts I've been talking about, basically, you need to create self-funding funnels, okay? And again, I'm not thinking in products, I'm thinking in funnels, because sometimes the front product may be like $10, and you're not going to be breaking even on that product. But if you can actually do this, for example, you have a front offer of $27 and the second OTO of $67 and the next one at $197, and you take that on average, what's going to happen is you're going to have different numbers. So for example, let's play with them. Let's say that the front-end offer is converting at 2%, and the OTO now one converts at 45%, and the OTO2 offer converts at 10%. Okay, so let's say that 2 subscribers buy the $27 offer, and 0.9 subscribers, and of course that's on average, they buy the first upsell, and 0.2 buys the second upsell. So you see, I'm adding value to the funnel. I don't make $27. I actually make 45% from $67 and 10% from $97 with my funnel. You see, you guys following me? You understand the concept? It's very, very simple. Okay, just type 1 if you followed till now, because I'm finishing the presentation at this point. I mean, there's type 1. I want to see a bunch of funds. Oh, what happened? Technology is not on my side today. I want to make sure that you understand the concept, because next I'm moving to the products. Just on one person type yes. Okay, awesome. You understand what I'm talking about, because from now on I'm going to be showing you my products. Okay, the presentation is basically over. So in total, we make $54 plus $60 plus 39.4, which means we made $153 on autopilot per sale on average. That's why I told you guys you have to start thinking in funnels. I think a little bit sick. That is why. So for example, if we get 100 subscribers to pay $1.50 each of them, we get 100% free list. And it's not 27 cents, because actually we have a scale, a value, okay? So in that scenario, let's say that we have, and this is the second scenario we're working on right now. Remember I told you that we're doing we're creating the second OTO, one time offer, the upsell. What we're doing right now is actually we're creating this upsell, which we may be selling at $47, or make a very special offer, which is going to be a tripwire, and sell at $9 for the front offer, and then take them to a $47 and to $67 offer. Same thing, just another scenario. We're going to be testing that too. So let's say that the offer conversion rate is going to be higher because the price is actually lower. It's going to be, let's say, 5%. And let's say that the first upsell is going to be converting at 35 and the second one is going to be converting at 10. So you see, this is a different scenario, but we still make money. If we get 100 subscribers and they convert it at 5%, we're going to get 5 subscribers buying a $7 product, which is $35, plus all of the upsells. In other words, we make money again, $150. Okay. Now, 2 different scenarios. We've been playing with each of those different scenarios, and actually the insights are this. These are the funnels of work, and I've been trying different funnels, and these are the actual funnels that have been proven to work over and over again. First scenario is free plus shipping funnels, and this is applied to physical products. It works very well. For example, you tell people, hey, we're going to deliver a free product. The only thing you have to do is to pay for the shipping. Okay. And usually it works very well in countries where the shipping is very cheap. Like, for example, in the United States, shipping will cost you, like, let's say $5 or $3. So if the cost of the product is, let's say, $3 and the shipping is $4, and you sell it at 17, actually you're making money, even though you're saying that the shipping is 17 because you're charging a little bit more for the shipping. Self-liquidating offers, which is the offer I'm going to show right now. Continuity funnels is like, for example, you put them in front of a software and you say, hey, I'm going to give you a 14-day trial, and after that, what's going to happen is I'm going to start charging you. Continuity funnels, people pay on the monthly basis forever. And of course, there's a retention rate. Sometimes people go away, sometimes people stay. But anyways, this is how you play with all these things. Or mid-ticket funnels. They don't even look like a funnel. It doesn't even look like a funnel. And let me tell you why. Because usually you put people in front of a webinar. It's 100% no pitch webinar, and then you send people a lot of value and a lot of valuable emails. And after that, you put them in front of one offer, which usually is a coaching or a mid-ticket sale. For example, a $3,000 or $5,000 coaching. But you got them so much free information that actually people fall in love with you and they stop buying. Okay, different things. If I was a newbie, I would start with one of these 3 at the beginning. This one is more advanced. The mid-ticket funnels are actually more advanced. Okay. Can you back on your slide? Showing self-funding funnel, that page. Let me see. Totally make. What? You mean this one? Type yes if this is the one. If this is the slide I want to see. For some reason you're missing the slides. No, back. Okay. You mean this one? No, back. Okay, where? Let me see. By the way, the presentation is over, by the way. So, let me understand what you're talking about. Funnels that work? You mean funnels that work, or just type exactly what you need to see. I'll show you the thing later, okay? It says self-funding funnels. Let's go back. Self-funding funnel. Oh yeah, you can create self-funding funnels by driving target traffic to the right offers. And of course, the right offer. By right offer, I mean a funnel. Okay, do you mean this line? That is okay. Awesome. So guys, as you can see, I'm done with the presentation. It's questions time. Ask me anything you want to know about anything, whatever that is. You can even ask personal questions. I may or may not answer those. If I consider they're if they're too personal, I'm not going to answer those. But if you're gonna just ask me in general stuff about me, myself, and my life, you can do it. No problem. I'll be answering those. But don't get too personal, because I'm not gonna answer. Okay? With this being said, probably what you want to see right now is my funnels, right? What is the best software for landing pages? Very interesting question. You know what? There's no best software for landing pages. Well, okay. Let me show you that product, my product for creating funnels. I use OptimizePress. But actually, truth is, you don't even have to use OptimizePress. And let me show you why. This is one of my products. If you go to this website, which is the fatlossystem.org, I'm gonna paste this here. This is my product. This is my new product. It's a video sales letter. We paid a little bit more than $30,000 for this video sales letter. It has been developed 100% for us. And why did we pay so much? Because we hired one of the best voiceover guys in the first place. The second place, we hired a guy who did all of the animations, 100% customized animations. Yes, we paid a lot of money for this video sales letter, but actually it converts. If you guys understand Spanish, you are actually you know just gonna can go through this video sales letter. And by the way, remember I told you about Mike Gigery and all the big guys? They loved the video sales letter I created. I wrote the copy. No, it's not in English because we are about to launch. It's not in English. It's not. So I'm in English. Yes, it's not yet. We haven't launched it yet. Let me tell you why. We're working on that. Okay, we're working on that. I'm gonna show you the products, and I'm gonna show you here. Okay, here's the translation. You see, it says Fat Loss System. It says Fat Loss System because we haven't even translated this yet. Dennis Ducato, which I'm not Dennis Ducato, I'm Dennis Belitsky. It says this is in English. We haven't even done this, but we're translating into English. Okay, can you see my screen, guys? This is the main product. It's a PDF product, but it actually has a lot of more stuff inside. Okay, so let me show you the main product. I'm going to show you the main product. Main products. Health Revolution. Fat Loss System, which is not Fat Loss System. So what product includes ebook? Yes, exactly. Let me show you that. So the main product, which is our front-end product at this specific point, which is this one. This is the video sales letter, and it's $47. It includes this product, which is the Fat Loss System in Spanish. We're not going to call it the Fat Loss System in English, okay? The reason is we came up with a better name. And actually, if you see my emails, we've been working about that on the name actually specifically today, okay? So this is the main product. This is the main PDF, and it's 117 pages about how to lose weight. This is just how long ebook. It's 117 pages. Jam-packed with amazing information. I mean, it's doctors have seen it and they loved it. And also it has bonuses. Let me go to the bonuses. So in the first place, a lifetime guarantee card. We guarantee that we're going to be updating the product. And by the way, it's evergreen. I can sell it for life. A raw product guide. This one, this is another bonus that comes with the front end offer, and that is why this is an insane offer, because we include so many things. We include so many things and so many solutions in the front end product. Okay, it's really no brainer. We have included a secret guide of secret foods. This is in Spanish, alimentos secretos, secret foods, and this is a guide on very specific foods. You see, we have very cool design. I mean, this is totally done in a very professional way because we really wanted to add very strong perceived value, okay, apart of course from delivering very, very cool stuff inside, okay, very cool information. Also, I'm going to show you this just in a second. This is just an exercising tables, and we tell people what to do and how to do it, what types of exercises are the best. The recipe book, which is 63 pages and has a lot of fat burn recipes, which is kind of cool. I'm going through all this stuff very, very quickly because I'm pretty sure you're not so interested in what's inside, but just to make you understand the insane value we are really providing to our customers, okay? Also, we have included another bonus, which is called Reprogramming Your Mind for a Healthy Body, which, if you have been following me, this is the first ebook I ever wrote, okay? And I was adding people, I was getting people, I was promoting affiliate offers with this specific ebook, and I was adding this ebook as a bonus. Now, this is a bonus for my main product, and it's a very cool book, okay? Also, another exercise tables just to follow up all the things, and we really wanted to reach the next level about this. And I thought to myself, well, Dennis, what else can you do? What else can you add to get a very huge perceived value? And what I did is basically make my team create animations. We did these animations from scratch, okay? This is the 3D animations created by us. And as you can see, let me show you so actually you can see, I don't know. Okay, anyways. This is the animations we have created, okay? And as you can see, this is a 3D character, and we have created this from scratch. We have added, I think 40 or even 50 animations with all the types of exercises, the right postures, everything you have to do in order to start losing weight, okay? And this was a very big job. I mean, and as you can see, we show people from different dimensions, different views, or what they have to do. And I asked my team, hey, this is an internal jump, delivers, oh yeah, it delivers value. I asked my team, hey guys, can you do me a personal favor? I would like this guy to make faces while he trains. Can you see the face? Look at the face. He's gonna make faces. This is an internal joke. Yeah. He's gonna make faces while he does the exercise. Can you see it? Give me one if you can see his face. How his face is changing. Nice. Okay, you like that? So this is the video sales letter. It is meant for cold traffic. We've been testing affiliate traffic and cold traffic, and it converted very, very well. The conversions, of course, vary between different affiliates, but the cool thing is that this is the front end of the funnel, okay? Every time we make a sale, we get $42. We don't get $47. Why? Because ClickBank actually gets $5 from us to process the sale, okay? Now, of course, if this is my traffic, if this is not my traffic, what I get is only $10 because I give 75% of the sale to the affiliate. Why? Because I want to make a lot of affiliates, I want to get a lot of affiliates mailing for me this specific offer because I want to get those leads. They are sending me buyers 100% free. Okay? Can you follow me, guys? So this is the video sales letter. Now, let me show you the second one-time offer, or the second upsell, or the first upsell, I should say, because we're working on the second one. Now, this is a very cool book. We charge $47 for this book. It's 131 pages, as you can see. Again, it says Dennis Ducato, but the amount of pages is not going to tell you anything. Truth is, this is a very cool book. We've been working very, very hard with nutritionists, with doctors, we really put our soul into this book, okay? And the reason is because we really wanted to deliver an insane value inside this book. It's really jam-packed with very valuable information you're not gonna find easily anywhere. Of course, everything is online. I mean, you can create whatever you want, and there's a lot of information online. But we really wanted to go and take one step further and show people things that they're not usually gonna find online, or they're gonna or probably gonna spend years to find all this information. Okay, this book is called, and by the way, can you see this? It says and I'm not sure about the pronunciation, but it's Body Rejuvenation on Autopilot. Okay, we show people how to stay younger for a lot of more years. Okay, so this is related to the first offer. This is very, very related to the first offer, as you can see. 131 pages from this book, and it comes with a very cool bonus, which is called, in a very fancy name, it is Toxin Disintegrator. Toxin Disintegrator, and it's all about cleansing and stuff with juices and how to rejuvenate your body. Again, it is related to the main book, and it is related to the main funnel. Now, let me show you. I'm going to answer the question. Remember that one of you guys said, "Hey Dennis, what is the best software for funnels?" Believe me or not, this is made with plain HTML. Okay, if you guys have used Composer, which is 100% free, it works on a PC, it works on a Mac, composer.net. If you click on this link, it says download Composer. This is the kind of, and believe me or not, this is the kind of software we're using right now, this specific time, to create this kind of pages. It's not even WordPress. Why? Because it loads faster. So we're not using any specific software. I'm using Quick and Easy Website Web Builder, and this is for Mac. And as you can see here, let me open the website. As you can see here, this is plain HTML. As simple as that. I have different versions and for traffic and stuff, but these are the things I use. I mean, plain and HTML. And where is it hosted? On YouTube. The offer is hosted on YouTube. We don't even we're not even paying for fancy for fancy video hosting, because it loads so fast. We don't need anything else. By the way, this little YouTube thing on the right corner doesn't bother us. It doesn't affect any conversions, so we don't really care about that. Guys, just type yes if you like what you see till now. Type yes and type, oh yes. Okay, so who wanna see the upsell? Type 1 if you want to see the upsell. Who wants to see the upsell? I want to see a bunch of, what are the prices for the funnel? 47 and the OTO. Yeah. So the prices are, the current offer is $47 at this specific point, because actually we're going to be tweaking that. I'm going to explain you that just in a couple of seconds. The second OTO is also $47. Let me show you the OTO. I mean, you already saw the product. Let me show you the, by the way, can you see this? This is plain HTML. Here's the product. Here's the product. Let me put it on hold here. It says, and this is all in Spanish. Apologies about that. Congratulations. Since you ordered today, you have been qualified to obtain our super secret program called Toxin Disintegrator, valid at $187, 100% free. Okay, and the hook is basically, if you buy the upsell, which I showed you here, rejuvenating your body, if they buy this, they get Toxin Disintegrator, which is the bonus, 100% free. Okay, so the video says, and it's very, very simple script. It says, congratulations on creating on starting and starting the path to your newer body. I'm very, very excited for you. You're one of the thousands of people who are just stepped into the total transformation of their body. I'm just kind of raising the feeling here, because it's all about feelings. And then it says, let me introduce you to another special blah 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 offer we have for you just for becoming our new customer, and this is a time limited offer, and so on. Okay, so this specific this is a video. I mean, it's 2-minute long video, 2 minutes, that's it. And the video says, so what we're going to be delivering you is the 100% free toxin disintegrator. If you buy toxin disintegrator, which allowed our students to blah blah blah, and we always speak in terms of what's going to allow you to do, how it's going to change your life. Okay, we don't go into all of these things below. Okay, because people can read it. People can read all of these benefits. I mean, if we had to read all of these benefits, it could take me at least half an hour, and I would lose a lot of sales. So we say that for 2 minutes, and we say a couple of things about the main product, and then they see this, okay? And this is all of the benefits, not features, but benefits of the product. Benefits, 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 and it's separated into different modules. Actually, it says part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4. Here you have it. And at the end, the upsell here. So it's body rejuvenation on autopilot, $47, plus toxin disintegrated valid $197, 100% free. If they click here on add to cart, they automatically adding $47. Okay. If not, they're gonna click here. I don't want to see the offer. The landing page question doesn't help me now as it is in Spanish. Sorry about that, but in a couple of months' time, you're going to be able to see that in English. Okay, who wants to see the English version? Type 1 if you want to see the English version. Come on, guys. Type 1 if you want to see the English version of what we're working on. Yes, awesome. So, this is a secret guide to raw foods. Remember I showed you the Spanish version? This is the English version. This is totally translated. By the way, you see the images are not focused here. I mean, we need to finish a little bit of the design. This came just from the translator, okay? The translator actually took his effort and put all of the images, of the original images we had, but it's not a good quality. I have to make my team to go through this and finish the design. Okay, the main product, I just got this today. The main product is this. You see, this is English. Chapter 1, leptin hunger, proteins, the great myth about fat. You know, this is the main book. Remember, it was 117 pages. Turns to be then where you translating into English, it gets a little bit shorter. Because and the guy explained me that it always happens with Spanish words are a little bit longer, or expressions. So we got 37,000 words. This one has 30,000 words, and it's 100 pages, 108 instead of 117. Okay. What do you use in the meantime? What do you mean by that? What do you use where? You mean with the what do you mean by that? Good thing is, for landing pages, I'm using plain HTML. I'm telling you guys, I'm using plain HTML. Okay, Mike Geary, the man who does $1 million per month, is using plain HTML pages. Now, there's a couple of things we use for HTML. Truth about the first place, you see this button. If I open this in a browser, in an incognito window, what you're gonna see here is the video auto playing. As you can see, this is the video auto playing, but there's no buy button. The buy button is going to come out at 22 minutes, okay? But we have implemented this, and I made my coder specialist do this. What it does, it places a cookie in your browser, okay? So if you come back later, probably you've already seen the video, so probably you're ready to buy. And if that happens, I want you to see the button from scratch. If you didn't buy the first time, you already saw the presentation. I want you to see the button from scratch because I want you to buy from scratch. I don't want you to be waiting 20 minutes to see the button to buy because I am going to lose the sale. Okay, that's the only thing we have implemented for PHP scripts. And another thing we have implemented for PHP scripts is a very cool redirect script that allows our affiliates to send their traffic to the pre-sale pages. Okay, so as you can see, this is a pre-sale page, and what it does, it places a cookie into people's browsers. So actually, the affiliates can send people to this page, and after people go through this page, they're gonna click on the next page, and they're gonna be redirected to the actual offer, and the affiliates makes money. So that's how they don't burn the list. Understand, guys? How do you like this till now? This is the insights of a real business. I mean, this is not some theory stuff. This is the insights of real business. Okay. Now, another thing I want to mention is that what we have added. This is an old blog I used to have with the Health Revolution blog. We are going to be redesigning the blog. Okay, and it's for some reason, I think it's because of the webinar, it's not loading. So okay, so this is the original blog. This is an old logo I had here. We didn't like it, so what I did is I talked to the guy, I talked to the designer. I said, okay, I need a new design. I need you to design something new. So you see here, he sent me several things. He sent me several designs, this one and this one, for example, so I could choose between different designs. Let me see if I have it here. So this is going to be almost the new logo. We decided to take this arm and get it here. As you can see, it's Health Revolution, and we are working on the new design. We're going to be redesigning the blog. We're going to be redesigning everything because we want to create this brand. Okay. Now, one of the things that are actually inside the blog is the affiliate program. If you're going to be promoting my product, you're probably going to go into the affiliate program. Affiliate page, and after you go into the affiliate page, you see we haven't even changed it yet. This is the old logo we have, and after subscribing yourself, you're going to be redirected to this page, which is all of the page that has that has all of the resources, and it says the hottest products and the best conversions in the health niche of all times are here. Okay, this is centered towards affiliates. I need to show affiliates this converge. Okay, so I give them all the things. I give them, for example, this is the whole package of the front product. Okay, some of the demographic data, for example, the type of traffic that converts with the offer, the links to the offer, and the pre-sale pages. You see, I give them different links to send their traffic to. An advertorial, a pre-sale article I showed you guys, different types of banners. We are actually working on different types of banners. You see here, these are different types of banners, different tools. For example, promotion emails. I want to give them the maximum amount of emails possible so they can use them. Direct emails, direct promotion emails, and intelligent emails of indirect promotion. For example, not to burn their list. So it delivers a lot of value, and there is the link inside, but actually at the end. Okay. Also, what we do is we even give them the contact form, but says we're not going to be answering any promo questions. This is only for JVs. Sorry about that, guys. This is in Spanish. I know. You can't see my screen. Sorry about that. Type yes if you can see my screen. You should be able to see my screen. I want to see a couple of yeses. Okay. One yes. All right. Okay, now, sorry about that, guys. I didn't realize you couldn't see my screen. Apologies about that. So, what's the part you want to see again? Screen is fine. Okay, what's the part you want to see? If there's anything you want to see again. Okay, meanwhile, while we're typing, I'm going to show you more stuff. So, thing is, how do you tap into very powerful niches? I'm going to show you a couple of things. Let's go to ClickBank, and I'm going to open one of the accounts I never use, okay? Because I don't want to see, I don't want you to see any private information from the customers and anything. Because this is an account I never use, and it shouldn't have any sales. Probably, yeah. So, how do you tap into different markets? What do you do? Number one, let's put it into English. Let's go to the marketplace. So, think about this in this way. 20% of vendors control 80% of the market. If you get into those 20% of the vendors, if you create a bond with one of them, and if you leverage your name with one of them, of course you have to show that you are a person who understands marketing and that you are one of those guys who really is into business. So they take it seriously. But if you create a bond with one of them, you're going to be able to access to anybody. Okay, so if we go, for example, to the health and fitness, since we're talking about that, let's go to diets and weight loss, and let's go to Gravity, and I want to see only English, so actually you can see all the products. You see, it's Fat Diminishers, a conversion monster, for example, Gravity 315, one vendor. 3-week diet, 267, the Venus Factor, 206. The half day diet. This is a new one. I haven't even seen it. Half day plan. Let me see. This is something new. Oh, I know these people. Okay. So this is a launch going on right now. Old school new body, the E Factor. By the way, the old school new body and the E Factor is the same person. Okay, he's the same guy. And I've been talking with some people, and John Benson created this video sales letter and is doing very well. My bikini belly, and this is something new. I mean, the market is changing. Discover even the most frustrated women are using 30-second app trick. Okay. Oh, I know this. This is from Nick. I know him. Okay. So as you can see, when I go down, we went from 300 gravity to 40, okay, 10 times less. Can you see the trend here? There's only 3 or 4 or 5 people who controls the market. Do you see the trend, guys? These people are the ones who control the market, okay? It's only 4 or 5, 6 people, and why I'm saying 4 or 5, because actually these people have several products or several offers. And thing is, and here's the great thing about this, is that if you contact one of those people and they take you seriously, they're gonna introduce you to the rest of the people. Now let's go to the Spanish market so actually you understand what I did. This is the Spanish market. Spanish market is even smaller. Fat loss factor. I know for a fact this is only from one vendor. One guy translated this. Fat disintegrator. The same guy who translated this product, it's the same guy who manages this. This is another guy. Truth About Six Pack Abs. This is another guy. Venus Factor. This is the same person who has the first two of the above. Let's go down. 7-day abs. This is another guy. This guy is the owner of this one. Weight loss Spanish no diet solution, and this is something else. So as you can see, there's not so many people with high gravity. Okay, And one guy has 5 products because he has been translating those products. Another guy has 4 products, another guy has 3 products, another guy has 2 products. And I'm the new one who has only 1 product, but I'm a very serious marketer. Okay? And you see there's only 2 pages of products. The rest of the products has 2 points gravity, 2 points gravity, less than 1, and so on. Okay, so these are small fish that they actually don't know what they're doing. Okay, so the thing is, if you contact the biggest vendors and you introduce yourself and say, "Hey, I'm a new guy in town," what's gonna happen is basically you're gonna be able to get to those people. For example, here's my Help Scout, and this is the system I use to process all the tickets. What I did basically is I contacted all of the let me go to the closed emails. By the way, let me know if you want to see anything special, okay? Type 1 if you want to see the emails. Type 1 if you want to see the emails. Who says yes? 1. Okay, I got 1. That's a good one. So let me see. Okay, changes to ClickBank platform. It's gonna take me some time. Let me see if this one. I'm trying to find the email meanwhile. Okay. This is all the tickets created by ClickBank for with customers who didn't access the product or had some problem or whatever. There's more. Okay, let me see here. Okay. I think I found it. What I did is basically I took the time and approached the biggest affiliates. And I said, "Hi, my name's Denis Belitsky, and I'm the creator of the Fat Loss System." And I give them and I show them the product. Bear in mind, guys, I know my copy converts. I know for a fact that if somebody sees my copy, they're gonna know that this is an insane product. Okay? And I said, we're very few in the market, and it seemed to be a very good idea to present myself. I know almost all of you, Jeff Macker from the Fat Burn, my Body Mat from Body Without Cellulite, Matias Perea, which is one of the guys who was the other owner. So you see what I'm doing in there? I approached several people, and a few of them said yes. So after that, I sent a massive email to all of the vendors saying, "Hey, I already know people, and this is a new product, and it's converting, and I'm not trying to get you guys to mail from me. I just want to introduce myself to you, okay? I've been following this market for a while till I launched the offer, but I didn't have too much time to focus myself on this specific product. It took me a lot of time to do this because I'm one of those guys who really loves delivering value. That is why it took me a little bit of time to launch this, almost 1 year in fact, okay? Good thing is it's on the air. It would be great to maintain ourselves in contact because we're not so many in the market. So you see, guys, what I did there? See how easy it was? I mean, I'm just introducing myself. I'm not saying, "Hey, please mail for me," whatever that is. I know my product. I know for a fact I have a great product. They're going to see I have a very strong marketing. And they're going to see that actually I'm one of those people who's going to sell a lot. So after that, and this is the craziest part, I got answered from 2 people, and I asked those people, I had a chat with those people on Skype, and the first thing I did is I focused on them, okay? So we started, just talking. And for example, I was introduced to this lady, and she has a great product. She's charging $1,000 for coaching, and I was introduced to this lady. What I did was, hey, by the way, you want to see this chat? Okay. Okay, send me an email with the official name and we'll make 2 versions to test. Okay, good. So I'm sending my buddy Matt the fees because we're translating the product. And he said, I showed your book to a doctor, and I said, and he said it's well written. And I said, like a boss. So I had a chat with this lady. We've been talking with this lady, and she said, well, I have this product, and sometimes it does well, and sometimes it doesn't. So immediately what I did was focus on her, okay? And I spent the next 1 hour talking about her product, analyzing her funnel, and giving her advice. And she said, you're the coolest person on planet Earth. You gave me so many things. How can I help you now? And I said, it would be cool if you could introduce me to the biggest people you know. And she introduced me to the biggest people she knew. And from that people, I got introduced to even biggest people on the market. Okay, that is why I had so many things. And you see here, for example, it's very simple. Hey guys, I want you to introduce my new friend Dennis. He has an awesome product in Spanish and wish to get it translated into French, Italian, and German. He'll also be working on the English version. I might be involved in that. Anyways, here's the email that Dennis sent me. Okay, and I sent him the email with all the files and everything. Okay, so you see, it was that easy. It was that easy. I mean, really simple. You don't have to be overcomplicating things. First, create value, focus on value, creating on stuff that really will help people out. And I said that to many of my affiliates. I said that to many of the people I was working this. I said, guys, I really want to focus myself on value. I don't sell BS. In the second place, I focused on my marketing. I've invested a lot of time into my marketing. You know why? Because I knew that if I show my affiliates and my new friends and my new colleagues, I think the pronunciation is colleagues, if I show something that really converts, they're going to be so excited about this that they're going to recognize me as one of those people who really is a marketer who they want to work with. It turns to be one of those people. So this is how I got into this niche. Yeah, exactly. Guys, this is Q&A time. You can ask me anything you want. If you want to get unmuted, you can get unmuted. If you want to ask me anything, any question, you are going to be able to do that. I'm here to answer all of your questions. If I don't get any questions, basically the Q&A is going to be over. And what I did right now is actually I showed you my business. See, guys? Do you have internet marketing lists? Yes, I do have internet marketing lists. They're not... okay, let me put it this way. I've been focusing on internet marketing for a while, but I left it for a while because, as I said at the beginning, I was a little bit pissed about this. And in the second place, because I really want to focus on this. Okay? So yeah, I had several thousands, and I still have several thousands of people, tens of thousands actually, of people on my lists. But I'm not going to be emailing so much yet because I really want to create coaching and trainings that will change people's lives. I wanna be launching anything. I may launch something, but it's not going to be the main focus. The main focus from now on is going to be creating long-term and evergreen funnels in all the niches across the board. And let's say French, let's say Spanish, let's say English. I love internet marketing, if that is your question. I love internet marketing. I love providing value. I love telling people, what do they have to do in order to succeed, okay? In this lesson, for example, I showed you a lot of very cool stuff, which is kind of personal. And I showed you a lot of things that you can implement right away in order to start creating a long-term business, okay? By the way, if you could value this lesson from 1 to 10, just give me a number, okay? Second place, as you can see, and you see there's no pitch. I mean, I'm not going to be selling you anything. I'm not going to be even offering you coaching. If you need coaching, you can contact me, but I'm not going to be even just offering you this at this specific point because I'm now very focused in this niche. and probably will stay focused for the next 2 months. Okay, once I have my team developed, and you need to think about this. If you see, let me open this. Actually, this is one of the tools I use to draw stuff. If you think about this, we are working on different funnels. Okay, we have a front end product which is gonna cost $7 to $47. It may be the video sales letter, or it may be this one, which, oh, by the way, I didn't show you this one. This is how we work in the book. Okay, this is the next book we're going to be launching, and it's going to be about metabolic hacks to lose weight. The secret book of metabolic hacks for weight loss. And it's going to be all around metabolic hacks, how to accelerate weight loss on autopilot without even starving, without doing the usual stuff. This is very unusual, okay? So this is a new book. It's not yet finished, as you can see. We are adding stuff. You see, there's no images yet because we're going to be sending this to the designer. No images, no quotes, no anything. All things you saw on the other one, it's not yet here. Why? Because this is the plain text. And it hasn't been corrected yet. It has to go to the corrector. After it goes to somebody who's going to be reviewing this and to a doctor, what we're going to do is we're going to add the design. We're going to package this up. It's going to be an 80 pages book, jam-packed with value. And probably what we're going to do is we're going to send it here. So one of the things we're going to do is we're going to be tweaking the front offer, whether it's the VSL of $47 or a tripwire of $7. We're going to take people to the OTO number 1 or the upsell number 1, which is going to be body rejuvenation, and then to another upsell, which is going to be the $47 product or the $7 product here. Okay, because I have three things in my funnel. After we're done with this, and this is for you to understand the potential of this, we're going to have a buyer's list. And what we're going to do later is we're going to offer them an automated sequence of emails, which is going to be $67 per month, okay? And they're going to get a daily email with tips and what they have to implement today to lose weight. And after that, this would be, let's say, a mid-ticket option. After that, we're going to offer them coaching, which is going to be one-on-one coaching. And it's going to cost a lot more. I don't know how much. Let's say $2,000. And we're going to hire nutritionists that are going to be following it up and talking to people on Skype or phone or doing webinars. And this is going to be a personalized coaching about weight loss. Okay, because people are willing to pay a lot of money to get a better body, to change their lifestyle. Okay, so we see we now have this, and this, and actually we almost have this product, the $7 product or the $27 product. We're not sure about the pricing yet, which is the Metabolic Hacks Secret Playbook to lose weight. After we have done this, we're going to be taking our steps into what to do with the buyers. Okay, what type of things we can add them, we can offer them. Okay. Somebody says 10 thanks, that this will actually be very helpful. What is your top 3 traffic sources? My top 3 traffic sources are Facebook, are Google, and media buys. These are my top traffic sources. We buy a lot of traffic from Google, and we call Google. If you go to my Gmail account, you're gonna see a lot of calls. I call Google once a week to solve things out. Why? Because we're driving a lot of cold traffic, and that cold traffic goes to a very specific page, which it's a quiz. We actually take people through a process. They go through this quiz. We pre-sell them. We warm them up. We warm up the traffic. Once we warm up the traffic, we'll put them in front of the offer, which is the video sales letter, and we're going to be testing this book right here. Okay, this is the book we're going to be testing next, and I think it's going to be next week. Okay. Meanwhile, we spent $3,000 translating this into English, because this is going to be a huge launch. And you maybe think, well, Dennis, $3,000 is a lot of money. But think about this. I already have a working funnel in Spanish. And the English market is 10 times bigger. And the thing about the English market is that I have all the biggest affiliates to mail for me. Okay? So we could easily make $150,000 in the next couple of months by creating a huge launch in the English market. Okay? So you see, it's all about the relationship. It's all about leveraging yourself and people that are actually going to allow you to do these type of things. Okay, because I'm new in this specific market. I'm not new in the internet marketing space. I know a lot of people, but I don't know so many people in the health niche. Didn't actually know until today. And you know what's the best thing about this? The best thing about this is I took the next step. And what we did, we created a secret group between all of the vendors of the Spanish market, and we created a mastermind. Okay? So once a week, every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, we do a private Google Hangout between the vendors. And bear in mind, all these vendors, they have 3, 4, 5 products each. And we discuss internet marketing strategies to make more money inside our specific niche. What do you think about converting ebook to video course? Presentation, more value, or just waste of time? I think it's a good idea. Okay, let me put this way. What we could do is, for example, fat loss system, front end offer, bonuses. Let's say the animations. What we could do here is, instead of doing these 3D animations, instead of doing this, what we could do is we could make a static image. Would I have a great perceived value? Well, yes. But if I give you animations on how to do things, it's a totally different story. Totally different story. Look at this. My guy makes faces, he moves his legs, and there's videos explaining the posture and how you have to have your back and the right things you have to do in order to exercise. So as you can see, the perceived value is higher. When you add videos from somebody talking to the camera, perceived value is actually much, much higher. Much, much higher. And that is why we're going to be working on this. You see, we're going to add this sequence. This is an author-sponsor sequence. We're going to charge $67, $97, $197, $297. I don't know yet. I mean, I'm not sure about the price points. Probably it's going to be $197, for example. And we're going to be sending an everyday email with the step-by-step process of how to do things. And what we're going to be doing is basically sending videos, for example. So yeah, the perceived value is going to be much, much higher. Who created these animations? How much it costs? Thanks. Okay, there's a very, very easy way to create the animations. My virtual assistant created these animations. How did we do it? The first place, what we did is we bought the character. Okay, we haven't created this character. This is a 3D character, and what we did is we went to a specific market. I think it's Envato market. Not sure about that, but I think that is. And you see, you can, for example, you can buy photos and images, scripts and plugins, graphics and vectors, 3D models and textures. And let's say I need a man, for example. So you can buy a 3D model of a character. Let's say a cartoon. Well, a young man, for example. Here's a 3D character of a young man. See here? So this is a pre-designed thing that actually you can be using. And you see how easy it works? It has been pre-designed, and we bought the license to be able to use it as a commercial thing. Okay, not this specifically. I don't remember which of those. And then what he did, what we did is I made a list of all the exercises I wanted them to have, and my guy went off and applied that character to all of the exercises, and it cost us $2,000. So the answer is, I know I've invested a lot of money to the product. Probably must be thinking, but then that's a lot of money. Okay, no big deal. Create your first $10 product. Write an ebook. For example, you don't want to hire anybody. You don't want to go that way. You don't want to be spending money. No big deal. Create it by yourself. Or write about something that will really help people out. It doesn't have to be long. I mean, it could be 40, 50 pages. Actually, could be mini guide with a lot of screenshots with 20 pages and let's say 5,000 words, like 3 articles. If this is jam-packed with value, and jam-packed with value doesn't mean it has to be long, okay? That's a big difference. It doesn't have to be very long to be valuable. And you can start selling. You can start selling at $10. Okay, just start getting your first subscribers. Somebody says, what do you think about selling nutritional supplements from e-commerce store? The answer is that's our next step. So it's a huge market. Just think about this. All of the things I explained to you here have to do with products, which is information, okay? Info products. The front offer, the OTO, the OTO number 2, the buyer's list, the coaching, the one-on-one coaching, all of these things has to do with what? With information. But what about physical products? Physical products has much a higher, really, it's a really, think about this, the perceived value of that is higher. For example, Dr. Charles from the Fat Loss Factor, he makes millions of dollars with the Fat Loss Factor, and he makes even more money with his supplement company. He sells millions of dollars per month with his supplements in the United States only. Okay, so yeah, the answer is yes. That's our next step. Somebody's saying, "Hi Dennis, where can we hire good virtual assistants? Please give tips on hiring them. Thanks." Okay, so here's how I look into my virtual assistants. Here's the exact process I follow. What I do is I always try to get little jobs done. For example, let's say I want to create an ebook. Okay, I want to hire a writer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post an article, and I'm going to make 10 people or at least 5 people to write an article. Okay, I'm going to choose the best article. Then yes, the answer is, of course, you're going to have to pay 5 times for the article. But this is something small. You pay 5 times for the article, you choose the best article, you contact that person, and you go, okay, now I need an ebook, and I want you to write the ebook. And you close the deal with that specific person, and that's how you get your assistant writer. Now, let's say you want a designer. You go out there, let's say, to freelancer.com, for example, here. And you want to hire somebody to work. And let's say you want to design something. And let's say you want to design a logo, for example. Or I need to design icons, images, design a Facebook landing page, design flyer, brochure, tattoo, whatever that is. Usually I start with the logo, for example, okay? And I click on Get Started Now. And I'm going to start hiring 5 people to design a logo. Then I'm going to choose the best guy who I like the most, who I see have contacted you several times, who is there for you, and I'm going to hire that I'm going to keep hiring that guy. Then I'm going to get this guy into my Skype. Same thing with everything. I mean, I have developers in my Skype that I can find. For example, today I was talking, if we go to history, Chirag, this is my developer. You see, it says, okay, I will check out that issue you told me and let you know about the updates. And I will ask you if you have any doubts. It is 2:19 a.m. here. You see, this guy is working at 2 a.m. in the morning. I can reach this guy at 2 a.m. in the morning. So he's not on my Skype by mistake. See what I'm talking about? He's not in my Skype by mistake. Why? Because I have tested this guy on very little jobs. Once I know that this guy is the guy I want to go to and give them bigger jobs, because he will be there for me and he will solve all of my problems, then I hire him and then I give him my Skype. Okay? So it's very, very simple. Also, there are companies providing this type of services. For example, 123 Employee. Oops. 123employee.com. If you already have processes and you do the same thing every single month, you can go to small business. And what you need to do is you create a guide of everything you're going to do on the monthly basis, everything you do. And what they're going to do for you is they're going to be working with you, and they're going to assign their people, their team, to get your things sorted. And the great thing about 123 Employee is that basically these people, they manage their personnel. I mean, if you don't like somebody or they fire them, they keep training those people to suit your needs. Okay? So, any more questions for today? I mean, by the way, this was very, very cool. A lot of very unexpected questions. I think it was a really interesting webinar. At least I enjoyed it. I know you. Somebody's asking, Dennis, when we'll be able to go back to FB Fast Cash. Guys, I really apologize about this. I have to. There's going to be a new domain. We have to move the world system. I'm going to let you know. Yeah. So, anyways, if there's, thanks, great tips. I mean, I appreciate your feedback, guys. This is all about you. This is all about providing value and really helping you out. This is one of the things I really love doing. So, with this being said, last minute, I mean, if you have any more questions, just shoot them. Otherwise, I'm going to be closing this webinar. I think we did great. I mean, we covered a lot of ground. I love the fact that you guys are starting to think outside of the box and asking me all of these questions. And as you can see, business can be very, very simple. And this is one of the things that I really enjoy about this. You can create very ugly pages. You can go with really simple things. You don't have to be overcomplicating stuff. You can start with a $10 PDF of 20 pages that you can write, for example, with a lot of screenshots, and that would be your first product. If you don't know how to create the product, or for example, you don't have the knowledge, you can hire somebody to do that for you. Okay? In order to hire somebody to do that for you, you just have to pick the right person by giving them very small tests. Once that person did that test or passed that test, you're gonna give them bigger jobs. Okay? So literally, okay, just to close today's webinar. By the way, somebody says, thanks, this was very helpful. Think about how much money you spend on info products. How much money? By the way, type how much money do you think you have spent on info products about how to make money online. I'm just curious about it. Just type. So let's say you spend, I don't know, $500. Probably you spend something like that. Some people more, some people have spent less. Let's say $500. Think about all of the things you have learned and you have applied from those products, and think about what would happen, for example, if you had paid $50 an outsourcer to create your first ebook or to create your first product. Think about what you could do if you didn't buy a lot of tools and just went out there, downloaded Composer, and paid $20 to your first GetResponse or Aweber account, and just created very simple forms, added those forms, because they self-host the forms, so you don't have to have even a hosting company, and you start driving traffic to your form, to your squeeze page, and think about how many sales you could do with a simple $10 ebook. Just think about this. And I'm here to help you guys. I'm not tell and again, I'm not saying this to you to make you feel bad about it. If you wasted time, if you wasted effort, no big deal. I mean, it happened to me too. It happened to everybody. At the beginning, you are totally overwhelmed about all of the things you gotta do to be successful. But in the end, what you finally have to understand is that you have to get very simple steps day by day, get things done, and find the solutions to your problem. You don't have a product? Okay, find a solution. Do it by yourself or hire somebody. You don't have a squeeze page? Okay, no big deal. Buy a software that will get you done a squeeze page, or do it by yourself, or just download Composer, which is 100% free. You don't have a list? Stop focusing on SEO and waiting for years to get rankings, and instead drive some paid traffic. And yes, you're going to be paying for traffic, but you're going to see immediate results. You could be having your own product, own traffic coming to your squeeze page in a matter of days, less than 7 days, believe me. If I went to, let's say, freelancer.com, and I type, click here, and let's say software design writing. Write a book or write a report. Let's start with a report. Get started now. And it was academic writing. Sorry about that. Hire again. Writing. Report. And it should be a book. Get started now. If I posted this, how many pages do I need? How many words do I need? Let's say 10,000 words. Very little ebook. And you post it there and say, hey, I'm going to be paying you, let's say, $100, but this is going to be your very first book. You're going to have this book done in 7 days or less. 10,000 words, 7,000 words. If you don't want to pay, sure, great. If you want to go to any niche, let's say, if you want to go into the health niche like me, type Dr. Mercola, for example, and this is a huge website, and start searching about, let's say, weight loss tricks, for example. And there's a lot of articles about weight loss tricks. 10 things you can help you to lose weight, successful weight management tips, how artificial sweeteners confuse your body into storing fat, etc. 6 simple tips to proper weight management this holiday. So you can read all of these articles, take 1 day to read all of these articles, and then you can create an ebook using this information and all the studies he says have discovered an XXX thing. Okay, so see how easy it is. I mean, don't overcomplicate things. Get stuff done. Okay. Somebody says $10,000. Somebody says $500. Don't want to think about that. I'll try to do this in diabetes niche. Let's see. Thank you again. You're very welcome. Yes, I agree. I should hire somebody, especially when I'm not that tech savvy. Worse, I haven't made any money yet. Listen, guys. Sometimes it is hard to understand, to listen, to hear this. But the thing is, the only person you have to blame about not succeeding is us. If I'm not succeeding, if something is not working out, I blame myself. Okay? And for the person who spent $10,000, if you invested those $10,000 without knowing anything, if you invested $1,000 into creating, let's say you paid $2,000 for a book like this, $2,000 for the highest book possible, the highest quality book possible about weight loss, and you paid $2,000 to a great copywriter, $2,000, that's $4,000, and you paid $500 to a guy who would do a voiceover for you, and let's say you spend $2,000 on traffic, you would be already generating sales on the daily basis, and it could take you 20 days time. Okay, and again, this is not. Let me put it this way. Let's say it's the hard love. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I'm just trying to make you guys understand that the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Okay? So this is basically it. I mean, just take action. Take action. Take a lot of action. Now, with this being said, I don't see any more questions for today. It was very, very cool. I will be uploading this webinar with all of the questions you've been asking me. I had a very good time. It was really, really fun to be showing a lot of stuff, which is pretty personal. I mean, this is how we develop the products, and this is how we work on the daily basis to get stuff done. When I don't know something, I just ask. I didn't know how to do these animations. I had no idea. I had the idea about the animations, and I said to my guy, hey, we need to find a nutritionist that would talk to the camera, or we need to do an animation. And I said, can you do that? And he said, well, if we buy a 3D character, and if I learn a little bit of 3D Studio Max, and if we outsource a little bit of the things, we can get this done. And I said, awesome, let's get this done. He said, okay, send me an example of an exercise. I said, okay, here's an example on YouTube. He said, okay, awesome. I'll work 1 week on this specific character. I'll get this done. So actually you can see how it works, and if you like it. If you don't like anything, just let me know, and I will, get this guy properly done. Once it's properly done, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rinse and repeat and put it into all of the animations you're gonna ask me. Okay, that's how we create the animations. I mean, it's not rocket science. I have no idea about how to create these animations. I'm not a specialist on this. I'm not an expert on animation. I have no idea and I'm not an expert on creating beautiful designs. I could never create a beautiful design like this one, for example. I could never, ever, ever create a beautiful design like this. Ever. Why? Because I'm not a designer. Plain and simple, I'm not a designer. I have no idea about how to create these designs. Okay? I'm not one of those guys who can create stuff like this. I mean, if you ask me how to create this in Photoshop, I would have no idea. That is why I outsource all the hard work, and I leverage myself on other people. I didn't have all the connections with the guys who can send me 1,000 cells in 1 week to my health product. But I took the steps towards them. I approached them. I delivered value. I asked for advice, and I gave advice. And now I'm part of the private mastermind, and we get once a week, and we talk about business, and we create our funnels together, and we share our insights, and we help each other. Okay? So this is how easy it is. And we were thinking, okay, Dennis, but probably you are a little bit more advanced marketer than I do. That's okay, great. No big deal. Get yourself on a weekly calls with somebody at your level and grow together. So simple, very, very, very simple solutions to very big, and I shouldn't say big, it's not even problems, it's a roadblock. You have to see the next roadblock and get that roadblock solved. Okay? I'm not a PHP developer. I have no idea how to create plugins. We're creating a plugin here. I call this guy and I say, hey, listen, here's a problem. The code says there's a problem with the browser says there's a problem with the code. Here's the code. Have no idea what to do. Can you solve this? He said, yes, of course. Somebody says, thank you so much. Learned a lot. More success to you. Thank you very much. So with this being said, guys, there was a very, very nice webinar. Take your steps and solve your roadblocks. Once you have solved one roadblock, go to the next roadblock. Don't create problems in your head. Create solutions. My name is Denis Belitsky, and I'll see you around. I'm going to be uploading this Q&A session, and actually you're going to be able to go through this Q&A session and get to see everything we've been talking about today. And for now, the webinar is over. See you. Bye-bye.